Run it back.
Let's start with new lecture. We are going to discuss about basics of C++. Our first topic is basic structure of C++ program. What is structure? It is the format in which we write C++ programs. It is very flexible. There are following parts of structure: preprocessor directive, main function, and program body, which include C++ statements. Let's discuss these parts in details. What is preprocessor directive? They are the directives that give instructions to compiler to preprocess the information before actual compilation starts. All preprocessor directives begin with hash, and only white space characters may appear before a preprocessor directive on a line. Preprocessor directives are not C++ statements, so they do not end in a semicolon. You already have seen a hashtag include directive in all the examples. This macro is used to include a header file into the source file. There are a number of preprocessor directives supported by C++ like hashtag include, hashtag define, hashtag if, hashtag else, hashtag line, etc. Let us see important directives. Let's discuss about include preprocessor. It is used to include header files in program. Its syntax is given below. Add hashtag include and then write header file name between angle brackets. Here is an example, including iostream header file with .h extension. In this example, header file name is iostream. This statement tells the compiler to include the file iostream.h in source program before compiling it. As we have discussed before, preprocessor directive gives instruction to compiler before actual compilation starts. What are header files? These are the collections of standard library functions and objects to perform different tasks, like to get input from user or to display output. Each header file contains different types of predefined functions and objects. As iostream is used for input and output, conio is used to console input and output. You can add many header files in one program. There is no limitation. It must be included in program before calling any of its function, as they contain the definitions of standard library functions. As we have seen before, the extension of header file is .h. Header files are normally stored in include subdirectory. Name of header file is written in angle brackets. These files are provided by C++ compiler system. How to include header files in program? What is the syntax? There are two ways to include header file. We are familiar with first one. We can also add header files by writing the name of header files in double quotes. Like this. We use double quotes instead of angle brackets. Here are some examples of header files: hash include iostream.h, hash include conio.h, these two are with angle brackets, and last one hashtag include math.h is with double quotes. Let's discuss few of them in detail. Hash include iostream.h. Here the word iostream stands for input, output stream. It contains definition of built-in input-output functions and objects, like cin and cout. Almost all programs use input and output operations, so iostream.h header file is included in all programs. Another example is hashtag include math.h. It contains the predefined mathematical functions, like to take square root, there is a square root function, and to calculate power, there is a power function. What is main function? It is the starting point of C++ program. The control enters main function and starts executing its statements when the program is run. After including header files, our next step is to add function. Each program must contain main function. A program having no main function can be compiled but cannot be executed. So make sure you have added main function in your program. No main function means no execution, as it is the starting point of C++ program. Any number of statements can be written in body of main function. There is following syntax to add main function. First of all, write void main. Here void is a return type of main function, as void means empty, so this function should not return any value. If a function returns any value, then we have to its data type instead of void. We will discuss them in detail in further lectures. We write the body of main functions in between curly brackets. What are C++ statements? A statement in C++ language is a sequential instructions fit the computer to perform a task. It means the compiler executes each statement in a line-wise manner. The statements are written in curly braces, known as delimiters. Let's figure out. First of all, add main function, then add curly braces. Write C++ statement like I am writing cout and hello world in double quotes. And add semicolon to terminate the statement. After that, I close the braces known as closing braces. And the first braces is known as opening braces. Here I forgot to add double quotes. These statements are collectively called body of program or body of main function. Semicolon is used for termination called statement terminator. Here is an important note that creates many errors. The compiler generates a syntax error if terminator is not used at the end of statement. Let's verify this statement. Displaying a simple message. First of all, I am showing you result with semicolon. Compiling the program. As you can see, here is no error. Now, I am removing semicolon to check the results. Now, the compiler generates an error. What is the use of cout? The cout, known as console output, is an objective output string used to display standard output. The cout object uses insertion operator to display everything written after it. Let's discuss the working of cout object. Here is a tip to memorize T sign used with cout object. As you can see, it is pointing towards left side. It means constant or variable or expression. Among with display command is sent to computer. Now, it's time to check it practically whatever we learn it in this lecture. Including header file with angle bracket syntax. Adding main function as it is second step. Adding curly brackets to write body of main function. Using cout object to display hey with the semicolon in the end. Closing main function. Compiling it. And here is no error. Now it's time to run our code. There is an output, but we can't see it because it was shown for milliseconds. So we have to add a new header file that is conio.h. Known as console input output. Why am I adding this header file? Using this header file to add getch function known as getCharacter function. We will discuss about getCharacter function in detail. But for now, you can say it used to pause output until any key pressed. You can see, hey is written 3 times. Actually, it shows previous output. To remove previous output, we have to add clear screen function. I am changing my message to check the result and to remove any ambiguity. And here is our result. I have a question from you. What will happen if I remove double quotes? Pause this video and comment your answer. It will generate an error, as we use double quotes to display message. So here is a point to memorize. We write our message in between double quotes to display. Hope so, it makes sense to you, and you understood each and everything delivered in this lecture.